Here we are.
The last day.
Yeah, so this is our last day. This will probably be our last video, so we're just gonna do a overall wrap up on the trip, our impressions of the UAE and of India, things we liked, didn't like, give you a recommendation on whether you should visit and whether we would choose to come here again. So
Starting with the UAE.
Yeah.
So wrap up wise, we started off in Al Seif, which is Old Town, Dubai, and we stayed at the Curio Collection by Hilton. It was set to like an Arabian theme. It had a beautiful breakfast with different types of Arabic foods.
They did local food, then they had like your regular continental breakfast, eggs, bacon, turkey bacon.
The room was great.
Yeah.
The bathroom was fantastic. Warm water, easy walking. You literally would walk out and you could walk through the shops of the old town. Easy shopping. Obviously I spent my tourist dollars there. Easy check-in, easy check-out. Fantastic.
It was a good location, close to the airport. So
right on the river.
We stayed there, what, three nights, and then went to the Atlantis, the Palm on the Palm. Stayed there 2 nights. That was a good.
I love that. That was fun. That was a lot of. If you're looking for vacation, like I want to stay at the resort, do things. Yes, the rooms are expensive, but you get free passes.
You get a lot with that room though.
To the biggest water park in the world.
Yeah.
And it's well worth it.
Yeah. We spent all day at the water 8 hours, I think, at the water park.
Yeah, and then I was telling him I would have done it again. Like it was fun.
Yeah, you could do that every day. So it wasn't like a one-time thing. Like you get the water park one day and then you're there for a week and then you have nothing else to do. You could literally go back to the water park every day if you wanted to.
Yeah. In and out all day long. They also gave you free passes to their aquarium, which I thought their aquarium was beautiful. Dinner and everything, we ended up paying for the half board, which was a lot of food. But it ended up being you
got breakfast and dinner with
breakfast and dinner
every day.
And then you would have to, if you wanted snacks or lunch or anything, you would just purchase from other places. Now there's tons of restaurants there. We ended up choosing both of the international buffet style places. One was Saffron and the other one was Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, we did Saffron for breakfast one morning, and that was a pretty good. That was a really good buffet.
Really good buffet.
And then we did Kaleidoscope one night, which was a dinner buffet. So, and those were both excellent buffet. They had
different stations for different types of cuisines.
Local, foreign cuisine, and then, in America, things you're used to. So there was something for everybody.
And they do have booked set down restaurants, which we did one night. We did in Fuego, which our experience of that wasn't super fabulous.
Yeah.
So, but we really enjoyed the buffets. And we didn't go to any other of the sit-down restaurants just because we were only there for 2 days.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's a different story at each restaurant.
So top things, overall, Dubai was great. It's warm. There's a lot of sun.
It's safe.
Yeah, it's safe. It's one of the safest countries in the world. I never felt like I was unsafe there. We will walk around at night. And
you walk around, you see people set down their stuff and go do things. You see children out and about. You see people, there's a bunch of tourists there, but you feel super safe.
Yeah.
Super, super
Getting
safe.
around was easy.
Uber fantastic.
Never had a problem getting an Uber or anything like that. Downsides to Dubai is it's a little bit expensive. Most things are pretty comparable to prices in the U.S. One thing about Dubai, since the UAE is a Muslim country or more Muslim country, is they don't do alcohol. Now you can get alcohol at resorts and some restaurants, but it's going to be more expensive than what you would maybe spend in the U.S. So just keep that in mind if you do go. That alcohol is always extra and it's going to be a little more expensive.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that we...
Another downside to it is it's a long way away. So if you're flying from the U.S., it was about a 13-hour flight. So not horribly long, but again, keep that in mind when you're booking flights.
I would go there for vacation, but it's a very long way away.
Yeah, it's not something you're going to want to do for the weekend, a 13-hour flight and then spend 2 days and fly back. We also did a desert tour, which, it was interesting, but could have been better.
I thought I was going to die.
Thought you were going to die.
I thought he was going to die.
Dinner in the sky.
That was a good
experience.
We went to the mall. The mall was stinking huge.
The Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, did that.
There's lots. We went to the Frame.
Yeah.
Lots of futuristic museums there. We got to learn about the history of the history of the cars, like why people drive these high-end vehicles, and how it's just because it's cheaper and easier to get there. Overall, I loved UAE, and I would 100% go back there. And I 100% recommend both the Hilton and Atlantis.
Yeah, either one.
Great.
Either one.
So Atlantis, probably more of a higher end budget kind of stay, and then the Curio Collection was probably more of a moderate.
So spent 4 days there, and then went over to Mumbai. Flight from Dubai to Mumbai was great. We flew Emirates, which was like a 3-hour flight, and they gave you a full meal like you would get on a flight in the U.S. that are reserved for long haul flights. Actually, both of our flights over here have been short, like our
but full service.
Yeah, full service. So then spent 4 days in Mumbai,
which, coming from Dubai to here, was definitely a shock. Especially to me. I had a little bit of a mental breakdown landing in Mumbai just because it's very different. Sights, smells, it's very, very different.
Yeah.
So
moving from the opulence of Dubai to Mumbai is a bit of a culture shock.
It's a culture shock.
But we stayed at a place called the Gordon House in Colaba, which is kind of down towards the... I think in my directions here. South end of Mumbai, near the gateway to Delhi. So
Gateway of India.
Yes, gateway of India to India. It was a nice little hotel. It's not a boutique hotel. It's not a big hotel. I would say it would probably be advertised as like a 3-star hotel, maybe. But I feel like we got really good,
great service
there.
Service.
The rooms were nothing fancy, but
it's comfortable. It had hot water. It had a nice bathroom. We had breakfast every morning. It was a little breakfast
room service every morning. They made sure we had plenty of water. They gave us bottles of water every day. So, if we went out and went walking,
they always came by and checked on us in the afternoon and see if we wanted tea and coffee. And they were very, very accommodating. Yeah. In the Mumbai area,
it was busy. I mean, it's busy.
There was a lot more eclectic, like shopping around.
Got hot. We kind of were here in their winter time, so it wasn't horribly hot, but there were, I think every day we were there, the high was in the 90s with like 60% humidity. So getting around in Mumbai, we did a lot of walking, but you could also get Ubers. We really didn't have any trouble getting Ubers there in Mumbai. They have taxis, but
everything here is cash. You have to pay.
Yes.
Like Uber wise, you have to set it up to do Uber cash versus like off your credit card. You can't do any
most of the people here aren't set up to do mobile payments.
Yeah,
so we found that out at the airport in Mumbai. I'm glad you brought that up. So we got off the plane in Mumbai, walked out to the Uber pickup stand, and we're trying to get an Uber, and
we can't.
Yeah, you had to use the cash option, so then we had to go back up to the terminal, find an ATM, and get some cash so that we could actually pay our Uber driver. So all of our Ubers were always paid in cash, both in Mumbai and in Delhi.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm talking like they were probably, $150?
Our tuk-tuks were 150, maybe 150. All our Uber cars were over 400 rupees, so which is not that many dollars. I think our most
$5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think our most expensive ride so far has been like $8 US. So not horribly expensive, but just keep that in mind that you do need to have cash, and the easiest way is really just to go to the ATM there at the terminal and pull some cash.
And also you can ask your hotel people, front desk staff, if you can change
Once you
to smaller
get
bills.
rupees,
Yeah.
because a lot of the ATMs will spit out like 500 rupee notes or 100 rupee notes, and the drivers don't have change, so you either end up overpaying. Well, we overpaid a couple times just because it was easier than sitting and arguing, and we were tired and didn't want to deal with it. But just keep that in mind that you'll need smaller notes.
It is hot here. Well, it was
So
hot
no-
in Mumbai.
Yeah. So then we left Mumbai, came to Delhi. We've been in Delhi the last 4 days. So
Initial thoughts from getting off the airplane and coming to New Delhi or coming into the city was like, oh, this is new. This is more bustling. It looked like it was going to be really nice and
yeah, it looked cleaner. It looked less congested, maybe.
yeah. And then
You got into the actual heart of Delhi, and it's not.
it's not. But the air quality is absolutely trash.
Yeah, the air quality in Delhi
It's trash.
is horrible versus Mumbai, where it's not that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad in Mumbai. Like literally, you walk outside and you want to like joke. Experience Old Delhi. I will say definitely in those parts of towns where
Modest clothing. Not showing any leg, any
I wouldn't wear any.
stomach.
Yeah, I mean their normal dress here. They have the little saris with what look like crop tops underneath of them. I wouldn't wear any of that. I would wear pants and a t-shirt or something like that, or have a scarf over you. I felt comfortable. Like when we were at the Red Fort, I felt comfortable. I was wearing the same outfit except I had a tank top on. But yeah, no, I did not feel comfortable. I had a skirt on that had like a little bitty slit down the side of it, and I did not feel comfortable. So I think that might have strayed my opinions of a lot of things down there. It was beautiful. Like it was lit up when we were riding on our little rickshaw. Sorry, back to here. But today we are just wrapping up things. We have to check out of here by noon. I'm gonna go to the spa later because our flight doesn't leave until midnight tonight, so we have quite the long day. Overall recommendations of India, I think we discussed that yesterday. It was more like we would have probably just done a couple days here, like went and saw.
Like seeing the Taj Mahal was
That
cool.
was great.
But there's really not much to do there, so really it was walk in, take a few pictures, walk through, knocked it out, and
2 hours.
yeah, which was, I mean, you probably could have done it in less time than that. Even if we hadn't gone with a guide, there was nothing to read. It's not a museum, so there's nothing to see or do. It's literally walk in, take pictures, and leave.
If you're wanting to do like see the 7 wonders and everything, going to see the Taj Mahal, fabulous.
Yeah.
But
You
truthfully,
can
you could do this. You could do most of this in 48 hours.
Yeah, stayed at the Radisson Blue Marina in Connaught Place. I don't know. I feel like it's been a so-so hotel. I feel like the Gordon House was better than the Radisson has been.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, just the quality of service is lacking. They've been helpful, but they don't go out of their way to be helpful. Not like they did at Gordon House.
Yeah.
Like we sent some laundry off, and it was supposed to be back the same day, and it wasn't, and nobody could find it. We called, and they were going to find it and let us know, and then they never did. And then the following day, we still hadn't received it. So they were going to go get it and bring it to us, and then like an hour and a half later, they still hadn't. So I had to go back down and track it down, and it was just... They were helpful, but they're not
follow-up with
Yeah, there's no follow-up. They're helpful, but only if you're on them to be helpful and do what needs to be done. There's not a lot of self-motivation, I don't feel like here. So
if you're gonna do this type of trip,
yeah,
I would reverse it. I would go, if you wanted to do like in India and then go to UAE, I would recommend, and I don't know if you are on the same page, but potentially going India first and then going to Dubai, just because it was such a culture
different
shock
culture. Yeah,
that we came in not expecting any. We didn't know what we were getting into.
The overall thoughts of India. Would we come back? There are things to see and do, and by all means, come and see them and do
I'm
them.
sure there's really, really nice resorts and stuff here that if you're wanting to do just like a stay on the resort kind of situation, there seems to be like a bunch of like long tours. Like you can probably take like a 14-day tour with a group. Overall, this trip we had a lot of adventure, a lot of fun. Definitely would go to UAE again. Getting ready to come up on our next trip too.
Yeah,
so.
we have it's November, so
6 months.
December, January, February, March, April. 5 months before our next trip. So hopefully we'll get these all these videos put together and out before then. Yeah. Depends on how motivated we are, but
we're
hopefully
jet setting off to Italy.
Yeah.
Rome.
No. Don't worry about it. You just get on the plane. But yeah, hopefully you find something helpful or beneficial in the videos, and hopefully these will get better over time as we get better at doing them. But until then,
safe travels.
yes.